President Trump, well, he continues to really slam Harley-Davidson because it is moving some production to Europe. Here's the presidential tweet. Harley-Davidson should stay 100% in America with the people that got you your success. I've done so much for you. And then this. Other companies are coming back where they belong. We won't forget. And neither will your customers or your now very happy competitors. It's time for Chris Cox, founder of Bikers for Trump. That will be Harley Bikers for Trump. Chris, whose side are you on now?
Well, we're certainly on the president's side. He is 100% right that the motorcycle community, the biker community, the veterans and the blue collar, which are the kickstands and the blood, sweat, and spit of the Harley-Davidson Foundation there. They've been suffering for some time. The bikers have stuck with them through the good times and the bad. It wasn't that long ago that AMF owned Harley-Davidson, and as a result of the poor leadership, the bikers would turn their Harley-Davidson patches upside down in protest, but nevertheless, they stuck with them. They have been a firm believer in the American-made motorcycle. These motorcycles have been being prostituted out all as far as Europe and Asia and Australia. These parts come in from all around the world. You pull the fender off of a Harley-Davidson, it says made in China. That being said, you can have an American-made motorcycle made very easily. You could go to Crossroads Harley-Davidson in North Carolina, and they will put together an American-made motorcycle for you. You will use a Reinhold exhaust system. You can have an American-made steel frame. You can have an American-made carburetors, handlebars. We can have Native American Indians stitch these bags. So if Harley-Davidson wants to turn its back on the biker community and to not show the respect that they deserve with the veterans in the blue collar, we certainly will move on.
Chris, could you ever see the day when you would drive a Kawasaki, for example, or a Japanese bike, or any bike other than a Harley?
No, sir, I can't. You know, as a young man, I had a Honda and a Yamaha, but as I got older, I liked the balance and the weight and the power of the Harley-Davidson. Well, but I'm certainly not.
Chris, can I just interrupt for a second? When I was a young guy, and this is a long, long time ago, I drove a Triumph Bonneville 650. It was an ex-police bike. It was made in Britain, and that thing had the throaty roar of a Harley. It wasn't like a ninja bike from Japan. This thing was not quite a hog, but something pretty similar. Would you like to drive a Triumph?
Well, if it's got two wheels on it and a good set of tires, Stuart, I'm all for it, and I'll rock that throttle right back. But, you know, we've got some other American-made motorcycle dealerships, companies that have actually just signed a deal with the United States military, where I think it's upward of $3 to $5 billion. We've got American-made parts all across the country. Back in the 90s, we had over 200 V-twin producers of motorcycles, of V-twin motorcycles. And, you know, as a result of just all those motorcycle shows and all that were on TV of fizzling out, those companies kind of went under. But if Harley wants to take his business elsewhere, then the biker will figure out how to make his own parts. And that being said, Harley's been talking about moving overseas for some time now, well before Donald Trump became president. And to suggest that this is the reason they're going to move over as a result of these tariffs, that is nonsense. Their market over there is booming for them. Harley-Davidson is not working to entice the millennials. They're not reaching out to things like other motorcycle companies are embracing these things what's called flat tracks. They're figuring out ways. I have a friend of mine from Spevco that has been working on a program. Those children that ride on those little hoverboards, well, they're trying to figure out how to hoverboard competitions in these parking lots of other dealerships so that they can entice these kids and get them into these showrooms and show them motorcycles so that we can have these guys riding bikes in the future.
Chris Cox, I'm going to leave it there. Suffice it to say you're not happy with Harley and you're still with Trump. Chris Cox, Bikers for Trump. Thanks for joining us, Chris. Appreciate it. We'll see you soon. Promise. Good luck.
Thank you.